Good morning, everyone. Call the meeting to order. I guess the first thing is the adoption of the agenda. I'll need a mover and a seconder to adopt the agenda. Moved by Bill, seconded by Ryan. Yep, all in favor? Yep. Carried. Disclosure of pecuniary interest. Does any of the board members have anything to declare? Seeing none, we'll go on to the minutes. Everyone has had a copy of the minutes. Any concerns about the minutes? If not, I'll need a mover and a seconder to adopt the minutes. Moved by Jim, seconder. Ryan, all in favor? Yes. Carried. Business arising from the minutes. Anything to talk about out of the minutes? Seeing none, we'll go on to new business. It'll be a pretty short meeting this morning. Skating club update, Jim?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. We had a first skating session on Monday night. And it went well for 2025. Started off pretty good, I think. Membership is about the same. Maybe a few more come out, but no complaints. So that's about it for the report.
Thanks, Jim. Any questions for Jim? If not, we'll go on to minor hockey. Jess, floor is yours.
Yeah, so second season or second half or beginning of the second season for our competitive league teams started and continuing through our local league season. Started off well. The concession stand has been a huge success. People are coming in, asking questions, and grabbing snacks. We started, really simple with just chips and chocolate bars and non-perishable things, and looking to continue. That'll be a light schedule in January, just because we don't have a lot of home games. We're only doing games at this point because practices we're not finding. A lot of people are coming in unless there's a practice in between games, and we'll stay open. It also is dependent on, volunteer availability from our committee. But other than that, it's going really well. I alluded to at last meeting about some changes that are coming down from OHF that will affect minor hockey. We do have a meeting tonight of the executive to discuss the direction of West Lorne minor hockey in the face of these changes. So I will have perhaps an update that I will share with the arena board, just so everyone's on the same page. And obviously, I don't know if Adam is going to, but I'm assuming he's going to give an update on the Zamboni, perhaps, because that is going to affect our immediate ice times. That's it.
Any questions for Jess? If not, thank you. Adam, floor is yours. Give us the bad news.
Yeah, man of the hour. First off, over the holidays, we did have quite a large amount of ice rentals. I'm happy the 2 weeks of holidays is over. We were extra busy. But with that, obviously the Zamboni got overused or something, I'm not sure. Yesterday, while doing ice maintenance, we noticed a leak on the ice, and as the Zamboni sat, it continued to leak oil. And so I had local mechanic come check it out this morning, and it's nothing we can repair. I was in contact with Zamboni yesterday, trying to explain to him with some pictures on what the issue is, and not to, I'm not too mechanically inclined, but We have figured it out what it is, and it's not a quick fix. They have to come to our arena to fix it, and the earliest they can come is Friday morning, which is better than Monday that he suggested. So they do not have any rentals available. Out of 8 machines, all 8 machines are out and about already, so that's where we stand right now.
Any idea, once they get here, is it something fixed in a day or two, or is it a bigger problem?
That's my concern. He seemed to think it'd be ready to go by 4 o'clock Friday. But the unknown is always there. It is a seal in between. It's part of the drive of the Zamboni itself. So there's hydraulic oil getting into the transfer case. So it seems to be an easy fix for them, for a mechanic with the right parts. But yeah, the unknown is always if it is operational by the end of or by the start of Friday ice time. I have called around trying to brainstorm whether there's any local arenas that carry 2 machines. Not too many of them do. I do have one other option of calling Resurf Ice, which is Olympia out of Elmira. If we wanted to go down that road of a rental. But again, tonight is skating club only. I got a high school practice and skating club tonight, and then minor hockey's on for more practices tomorrow, I believe. So
based on that information, Adam, I suggest that we cancel tonight's ice skating club.
yep. Yeah, it's already rough from last night, and I can't do anything about it.
Is it possible to reach out to Olympia and have something delivered maybe by tonight?
Yeah, I just got off the phone with Zamboni before coming up here, so I had contacted Central Elgin. He doesn't have anything extra, but he suggested maybe Elmer carries 2 machines, but he did suggest Olympia would be probably my next call if that's the route we wanted to try and source a rental.
My quick thoughts on that would be to consider that, actually do it, because once they show up to repair it, we have, like you said, the unknown. We could be into next week before it's completed. Up and functional, test runs and all the rest of the stuff that you have to do after repairs.
Yeah, he made it sound simple and straightforward repair, but you and I both know that nothing ever goes that simple. So I'm open to suggestions.
Go ahead, Jess.
So first, thank you, Adam, for jumping on this so quickly and coming up with options. I think at this point, it is what it is, and we just kind of take it one step at a time. As an expert in hydraulic oil leaks, they suck, and they're never an easy fix per se. So I think we just have to stay in communication about solutions. So I think I will give all of our teams a heads up for tomorrow, as well as tonight, because it's skating club as well as intro to hockey. I'll give everyone a heads up for practice tomorrow, and I think I should probably also at the same time weigh options to have our games either rescheduled or perhaps there's open ice at the centers that they're playing at for Friday. So there are 2 games on Friday. So we'll kind of come up with a plan B should we not be able to get a Zamboni over to our arena from Elmer or Olympia or wherever. Does that sound like a decent plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if we're gonna go down, sourcing out a rental, I don't, this time of day, it's possible we could have something by tonight. But again, we're, fingers crossed, we're fixed by Friday without a rental and lose last night and the next 2 nights of ice. But if we don't source out a rental, we could be out a weekend. That's, I want feedback.
Go ahead, Terry.
Thank you through the chair. So Adam and staff, thank you so much for jumping on this so quickly. Definitely, we appreciate that. I would recommend we do reach out to Olympia to see if we can get it. Understanding that I can't imagine too many arenas do carry multiple Zambonis, but certainly if we can get a rental in to cover the ice time, I think as we've all agreed that the unknown on Friday is we don't want to leave that lingering. So if we can get a rental in for the time being and minimize the amount of ice time that we're going to lose, I think that would be beneficial for all parties. And just certainly reach out to your staff and just keep giving the heads up. I will continue to send out emails as a group. I think that's probably the best way to reach everybody collectively is to send out the emails through council and the arena board just to keep everybody updated. Certainly if email is not the best way for somebody, let me know and I can give a phone call as well. I know Adam reached out to Jess right away yesterday because minor hockey was up last night. But we will keep everybody updated as soon as we know anything. So once our meeting is done this morning, Adam, if you want to contact, it's Olympia, I believe. So, and we'll see what we can do.
I'm comfortable with that. Go ahead, Bill.
Thanks. Thank you through the chair and Adam, thanks for your work on this. Ballpark rental costs, had that been discussed?
I have absolutely no idea.
Do we want to maybe discuss now providing Adam with sort of a cap so that he doesn't have to come back to the committee once he has some prices, just so that we can move this forward?
I guess we can talk about that. I think we're kind of at Olympia's mercy when you go to a short-term rental. But I guess my opinion is I think we just leave it with Adam and staff and let them do whatever they think's best and keep us informed if we hear of something. Go ahead, Terry.
I was just add to that we could certainly do that, but without having any idea what a cost would be, it's certainly hard to put a cap on there. But as soon as Adam has that, that is certainly something we do need to consider, whether the cost of a rental is worth it over the next few days. So that's also something that will be communicated to councils and to the board before we move forward with anything, and also being mindful of budget that's available for us.
Thank you.
That answer your question, Bill? You're happy with that?
Thank you.
Jim, go ahead.
Yeah, the potential trade-off of losing valuable ice might be a big consideration, regardless of what the cost might be to get a Zamboni in for a couple of days.
Any other comments? You're happy, Adam? You're comfortable with that?
Yep, I will proceed with trying to source something.
We don't have a lot of options, I don't think. I still remember the old days where the kids used to scrape the ice with a scraper, but that's a long time ago. I would be. I don't know.
I get,
Go
I
ahead.
do have a question. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you through the chair. So one question would be, I guess like what is our absolute lead time required to reschedule the Friday games without having to consider paying for the ice should it get fixed? Like I'm going to reach out to our members that schedule the refs and schedule the timekeepers and kind of find out what's the cancellation cost, or at what point do we have to do we lose the money once you schedule them, as well as like obviously there would be potential cost to have a game at another center. I don't really know what that's like, but is there a date that I would have to that we would pull the trigger and still not be charged for Friday, even if the ice becomes available? Does that make sense?
I think I understand that. Yeah. And I don't know, my feeling is we just kind of got to play it by ear and be fair with everyone. I don't think we're gonna be able to give a hard and fast time. And I think,
Okay.
yeah, I think we all understand it's it's out of our control, so we'll just make the best of it for.
Okay, I think that's fair. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else for Adam? Yeah, sure. Behalf of the board, thanks for doing that, it's for sure. I guess if there's nothing else for Adam, we're at the adjournment unless anyone else has anything they'd like to discuss. I know we're not supposed to do that really, but got lots of time today, so doesn't.
To get at it.
Yeah, we want them to too, so that's fine. So if leave it at that, and I'll need a motion to adjourn the meeting. Bill, Jessica, all in favor? Carried. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.